I think we should be sustainable into the future because of the fact that we are looking at newer technology. We try to keep abreast of any of the new ways of doing things.
At first glance, Stephen Farms, operated by David and Sharon Stephens near Malta Bend in central Missouri, looks a lot like many other farms, with corn and soybean fields surrounding 2 farrowing barns that together house 5,000 sows. But even the casual observer can't miss at least one clue that there's something different about this farm. Beginning in 2013, Stephens Farms launched solar power projects with the help of rebates from Kansas City Power and Light. They installed a series of solar panels that generate 25 kilowatts each on houses and shops on the farm, as well as a bank of panels near the hog barns.
Installing them as an environmental friendly item, it is going to save us money on electricity. As of yet, we don't know exactly how much. You see numbers in that till we actually see physical proof, but we know it's going to cut it drastically. Right now, solar is running just a little bit behind what we're actually paying back to Kansas City Power and Light, but not by much. So we're just about hitting zero on electric usage with Kansas City Power and Light.
Based on results so far, David is bullish on green power systems in the farm's future.
I think we'll find 5 years down the road that we will have more solar, possibly some wind. My own thoughts, I like the solar part. There's a lot less involvement than what the wind turbines have. But I think the solar, and you hear more coming out every day. I see different articles on better efficiency of the solar and that. So I think as this progresses, this is our first step into it, 25 kW systems. Hopefully down the road we will be able to add more on them, probably more efficient systems I see coming out. And as we can add, we've got plenty of roof line there to add probably enough to do a large percentage of it.
The solar panels are just the most obvious clue that Stephens Farm uses technology to make their farm increasingly productive, sustainable, and environmentally friendly.
We utilize the Dicam for various reasons. The most important thing that it does is that it takes care of all of the environmental issues inside a room, also inside of the gestation barn. Not only that, it also records everything that happens regarding the environment, how much water is used, how much propane is used, what the temperatures are, and ultimately, if there's a problem, it will dial out for us. It's got an alarm system built into it as well.
Stephens Farms combines technology with the best animal care practices embodied in Pork Quality Assurance Plus to ensure their pigs stay happy and healthy.
We feel like the Pork Quality Assurance Plus is important today because that helps instill in all the employees a better sense of responsibility on how to care for the animals properly, which in turn is going to produce a better quality product to the consumer. This program is reinstated on a yearly basis, so we keep current on all new standards that have come out.
Stephens Farms farrowing barns have shallow pull-plug pits that drain to earthen lagoons that can hold more than a year's worth of effluent. Water from the lagoon is recycled to recharge the pits. The lagoons are agitated using an agitation boat operated by remote control from the shore, with plans to upgrade the boat to GPS steering systems. 100% of the manure is injected into 630 corn and soybean acres adjacent to the barns using a drag hose system, which is precisely applied using internet-enabled technology. This practice and precision eliminates the need to purchase or apply any commercial fertilizer for the crops.
Now we're equipped with Green Star in the tractor, auto steer, better ways of controlling the pumps and rigs. I can run them all off the computer, start, stop, have full control of all the equipment from my seat in the tractor. So we have much better ability to control and know exactly what's going on. Better placement, flow meters. So we have evolved over the last 32 years, and we just keep looking at the newer technology to move on to better and more efficient ways to handle it.
And efficiency leads to sustainability.
I think that sustainability is partially too about our increase in technology every year. We're looking at things and talking about what we think is going to last and what is going to work. I think that just being prepared and keeping on top of things and rolling with what's coming along is going to help us keep going in the future because we just keep updating.
While the Stephens have embraced technology, you'll also find a lot of good, old-fashioned, person-to-person communication and relationship building at Stephens Farms.
We just want to be known as a good neighbor. We want to have that relation. We've grown up with these people. A lot of their children have went with our children to school, and we just want to keep that good relationship going with them so that we are respected in the community.
We try to encourage good relationships with all the neighbors. We have a few older people here close by that we keep tabs on, and I have a few chickens and I give neighbors eggs, things like that. But our main deal is we watch the odor. We try to keep odor control. David has planted, as you can see, hundreds of trees. We try to do things the right way to help keep the odor down, keep things cleaned up.
Another piece of technology to help with odor, appearance, and biosecurity is the fully enclosed rotating vessel the farm uses to compost mortalities. The system uses wood chips and heat to decompose mortalities into compost that can be used in the crop fields. Also helping with these goals is the farm's truck wash, which helps to minimize biosecurity risks.
It gives a good way to clean the truck up every day after hauling the pigs. It can be cleaned, disinfected, it sits in here, dries out overnight. Wintertime, it's ready for the driver to get in and take back off the next morning, and everything's nice shape on it.
The combination of high-tech and tried-and-true practices on the farm, plus a desire to maintain great relationships with the community, creates a farm environment that sometimes surprises visitors.
It's amazing that people will come in here to the farm to visit, and they'll come in and we'll say, do you realize there's 4,500 sows right over behind them trees? And people say, you've got to be kidding. And there's another 2,500 head another half mile over the hill the other direction. It's hard for them to even envision that there's that many in here. They just don't have a clue that because of the animals and the way the environment is, that there's that kind of animals just next to them.
Stephens Farms also helps encourage wildlife and uses their own equipment to maintain soil practices, including terraces and other structures. The Stephens also speak up with the truth about raising pigs to those far removed from the farm.
We're not going to do things to the hogs to hurt them or to make them uncomfortable. If they're not a happy hog, they're not going to be a producing hog. You don't get the averages that we get, and the numbers weaned and the less mortality and things like that with an uncomfortable hog. We're sustainable because we're diversified. It's not all just hogs. It's not all just crops. It's not just, family. It's everything working together.
I believe at the end of the day, to be a good steward of the land, it's going to promote and make a place for the future generations. We've been given this land to take care of, but it's not ours. It's got to go on to the future generations, my children, my grandchildren, your children. And we want to leave this a better place, and I believe we are doing this.